It looks like we are not in Bristol. It looks
That's
like
what
we
I
are
like,
I don't
innit?
know, somewhere, countryside
Like
and sunny.
Lithuania. It's
Yeah,
really green.
there's a lot of countryside there.
So much. Everywhere. It's just
Nice.
countryside. It's incredible.
I've seen your stories. It looks good.
It's so nice. I miss it so much. So much. When I'm like 40, 50,
You're gonna
I'm
move
gonna move
back,
back there
really?
so quickly. So quickly. It's incredible. It's such a relaxed lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Are you from the capital or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vilnius. It's so sound.
Is it relaxed? Is it not?
So
Yeah.
relaxed. It's so relaxed. You can't tell Lithuanians to work too hard. They'll tell you to fuck off. Because I don't know what it is about Lithuanian culture, but they work really hard, but because it to them, because they're enjoying it, it doesn't feel like working hard.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas to British people, what I've noticed at least, because a lot of what they do they hate, it feels like they feel like they're working really hard. So they'll be like, oh, 8 hours, it's
Yeah.
too long. Whereas like if you're doing a job you actually really like Lithuanians will typically go into a career they're passionate about. So they'll do like stupid, horrendous hours, but they love it. They're passionate about it, so they'll do it for their whole lives. Whereas here, like people just think about money.
Yeah. And then they complain when you just, I don't know, work a little bit like more than usual. And
Right?
I remember when I've worked as a waiter here, first job as a waiter, so I
Yeah.
was shit. But in comparison to them, I was just like the best. I was like, you work so hard. I'm like,
Right?
I don't know, man. I'm just
It's not a hard
trying.
job.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not
yeah.
a hard job. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think just the culture different. I don't know. Yeah, different culture.
They love to sit
Yeah,
and not do much.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
And they call us lazy. That's the thing.
right?
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, no.
yeah,
It's like when they go on holiday, they like to sit and in like an all-inclusive retreat and just
yeah,
like sit by the pool. And I'm like, that would drive me insane.
yeah. It's
I
crazy.
need to walk.
Yeah, I need to explore.
I need to explore it.
Of course. All right. Shall we start?
Yeah.
Don't be too serious. Come on.
I can be serious.
All right. Who are you?
Hello, my name's Saule.
Where are you from?
I'm from Lithuania, but I grew up in Bristol. What do I do?
Yeah, what do you do?
What do I do? I try my best to be involved in the creative scene to a healthy amount. Do you get what I mean? Sometimes I put on events. Sometimes I do modeling. Sometimes I help other people to put on events and do modeling, basically.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about like you. Why did you move here? So you were born in Lithuania, and then
Yes.
you moved like with your family.
Yeah. So my mum, it was my mum that decided to move to Bristol because at that time Lithuania wasn't doing very well. Like when it comes to like income and everything, everyone was living in like tiny flats and just like trying their best to pave a way. And England seemed like the best option for education, to like break out, to create a life that wasn't so small and just have nothing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But all of my family want to move back now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you glad they made that choice to move here to the UK?
I think for the time they decided to do it, I think it was the right choice. But if I was born now in 2024, I think we would have stayed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think you're gonna go back at a certain point?
100%. 100%. If you ever want to visit, it's a beautiful country.
Yeah.
And the
Please.
tourism isn't huge. So like it will be a peaceful holiday. The people are all so respectful, so kind. I can't say anything bad about it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's amazing. So you feel more obviously you've been living here for majority of your life.
Yeah.
But you feel like your DNA is like Lithuanian, like your like values and stuff, or you feel more a Brit?
I definitely do not feel like a Brit. Absolutely not. I think it's kind of a mashup of a lot of things, because I've been quite like disconnected from my Lithuanian heritage purely for like location. For that, it won't be so Lithuanian in a sense, but I try my hardest to keep it similar to that, in the sense of family's a massive thing in Lithuania. So like my friends, I'll treat them like family, and family, I'll treat like friends, if that makes sense. But in a sense, when I go to Lithuania, I get treated like a foreigner. I don't get treated like a
Yeah.
Lithuanian because I have an accent when I speak Lithuanian. I look relatively English to
Hmm.
them. So it's kind of, it's something that I've been coming to terms with, like my English Lithuanianness,
Yeah.
if that makes
Yeah, yeah.
sense.
Does this bother you that when you go back, you're like, you're
Yeah.
not treated like one of them?
Yeah. No, I did a whole painting on it because it's like one of the biggest things I've like tried to juggle is, oh, aren't you
Hello.
so gorgeous? Because I've always like wanted to feel Lithuanian, but purely for the fact that I didn't grow up there. And Lithuania is a massively like nationalistic country.
Hmm.
Like everyone from Lithuania is really proud of where they're from. So when someone like me who hasn't necessarily like felt the same hardships as them and they see that I've grown up in the UK, they'll be like, "Oh, you haven't felt our weight. You're not one of us."
Yeah.
But I tried to like combat that with like really trying to keep a hold of the language, keep a hold of the culture, cooking Lithuanian food.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
get what
good.
I
Like
mean?
keeping the traditions and in a
Yeah,
way trying to yeah, keep those values every
exactly
time you
that.
go. So you're a model as well. Like
Yeah.
you do modeling. Can you tell me, is that your primary? I mean, apart from being a waitress,
Mm.
but is that like your second job? Let's say.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
modeling? Is Can you tell me about that? How did you get into modeling?
So I got into, it's actually quite a funny story. I got into modeling because I had a really low self-esteem. I like, because I didn't look like everyone else at school and I got bullied for being Lithuanian and not English. My like appearance on myself was quite low. And I got to a point in my life where I'd like dropped out of uni once. I'd like quit loads of jobs and I was like, I need something that's gonna like reassure me that I'm not bad at life. So I was like, right, I'm gonna put 100% of my effort into like trying to get signed to an agency, try and get, because if I sign, my thought process, right? I thought if I sign to an agency, that means I'm not ugly, right? I was
Yeah.
like, that gives me a green pass for not being an
Uh-huh.
ugly. So I was like, if I can do that, then at least I'm doing something right. So what was it? I was 18, I think, and I was speaking to my brother's best friend at the time, and I was like, is this something you could help me with? Because he's a photographer. Shout out Matt on the cam. And me and him did like a really quick little like photo shoot and the photos actually like turned out okay. And then I sent them off to some agencies. I got signed to my first agency. I started connecting with loads of like photographers in Bristol, and I just kind of went through it like that. And I love meeting new people, and that's a massive part of modeling. So it kind of like came quite easily. It didn't ever feel awkward because I was like in between photos, me and them can just like have a conversation and chat.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be like just me like doing all these
Hmm.
poses. And then I just carried on. I met like a really lovely collective through it. I met loads of, I did like some music videos. I met some like musicians, some actors, everything. I just carried on because I like meeting people
Lovely.
basically.
That's one of the pros. What are the cons of modeling?
I think it's balancing the, you have to be good at balancing rejectment because you're not always going to be what people want you to look like. And I don't look like the typical like box standard for a model because I'm covered in tattoos. I've got no hair. Do you get what I mean? I've got a very Eastern European face. That isn't what people are always looking for. Trends are always changing when it comes to
Hmm.
appearances, and balancing like not caring what people think, but caring enough so that you don't completely let go of yourself to the point where you're not looking after yourself. You just become like bedbound because you can't be bothered.
Hmm.
I think that's the most challenging part because you do face a lot of rejection. Like one of my friends is currently in Milan for modeling for Fashion Week, and the amount of rejection you face through that, you have to be really like self-assured to be able to cope with all of that.
Yeah, because I guess it's like applying for jobs, but if they reject you for a job just because maybe you haven't got the skills and stuff. But that
Yeah,
one is like they're rejecting you for your like physical appearance and stuff like
yeah,
that. It can be bad for like your mental health,
massively.
I believe.
And you can't necessarily change it unless you're gonna do surgery.
Mm.
And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But I don't.
Yeah, no, I mean, just I would say like if you're happy with yourself, just
Exactly.
there's no need for that. Is there some is like modeling? Has ever been a dream of yours, or like, I mean, not before, but like when you started this journey and you kind of realized that it's possible for you to do it?
Mm.
Is that something like you wanna continue doing like in the future? Uh,
I think I'll always hold it as an asset of mine, and it'll always be there as something I can fall back on. But it's given me a lot of opportunities to do other things. Like I made a music video with the people that I met through modeling,
mhm.
and I'd kind of want to like sprout into that sort of like more creative sense, into like creating and designing and less focusing on my physical appearance, because I've never been like a super materialistic physicality person,
Mhm.
and I wouldn't want to. It's done what I've needed it to do. I've rebuilt my self-esteem. I feel a lot more confident in myself, but now I'd want to explore the assets that I haven't let out so publicly, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like, my brother is a producer, and I think it'd be really cool if me and him like made a light-hearted project together. Or I've been painting since I was like silly young. It'd be cool if I could like put that out publicly, but it always felt too personal.
Yeah.
But now, because I've kind of situated that in a place that feels safe, I feel like I could focus on those and not feel like I'm overexposing myself, if
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes
It kind of
sense.
helps you like step out of your like comfort zone
Yeah,
and make you grow as a person as well.
exactly that.
So you recommend modeling to people if they wanna I don't know get into that.
100%. I'm not gonna lie. If you meet the right people, which I've been really lucky to, it boosts your self esteem. You get a really lovely community around you. You gain confidence. You gain the ability to communicate. Like, I, I've had bad experiences,
Mhm.
of course, but they don't oversaturate the good
The good ones.
experiences. Yeah.
Do you think there are still like those kind of people in
Oh,
modeling that are like
100%.
taking advantage of
100%.
people? Yeah,
Yeah.
we
You
heard
have
of.
to be really strong-willed to go into it.
Yeah,
You have to know how to tell people to fuck off,
yeah.
quite
Do you
frankly.
know anybody that went through that?
Every single model I know has been through it.
Okay.
Every single model. I'll meet a new model, they'll tell me about a weird experience. I've had like creative directors turn around to me, be blatantly rude to me and say, "Oh, I'm just treating you like a model."
Mm,
But I'm a human before
yeah,
I'm a model. Do you get what I mean?
like an object kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's bad. Can imagine it's, yeah, it must be hard. This world is kind of full of weirdos as well. I don't know, especially the ones that are like hiring models. I
Yeah,
don't know. So you said like about like modeling that you kind of did it to like yourself
yeah,
to make you feel like better or try
yeah,
physically, I believe, like to if people like accepted you more, you
yeah.
felt better. Is this one of your main struggles?
It's something I've gotten over.
Hmm.
It's not a struggle for me anymore because I've got a really good community around me that reminds me that I'm not. I'd say something that I struggle with more is because of the industry I'm in. I meet a lot of people, and because it's quite a casual industry, so a lot of the people you work with quickly become your friends, but people have a lot of depth to them. You won't always realize who they really are through like the first couple meetings. Do
Yeah,
you get what I mean?
yeah.
And people will like change, and it's come into that realization that sometimes people aren't how you first perceive them, and navigating that in a way that isn't harmful to one like myself or harmful to them either.
Hmm.
Do you get what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Because the creative industry is surrounded by crazies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Surrounded by them.
Crazy people that make good art as well. So it's you can take the good part and the bad parts. It's
Exactly. I'm like finding a way to navigate through all of that. That's probably the thing I'm struggling with the most at the moment. Like, kind of, there's some people I've met and I've had to like end that communication or relationship that I've had with them and still carry on moving forward with like my how I want to progress. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm the sort of person where like I hate leaving people behind. Like, I hate it. No matter if they've done something really nasty or really horrible, like I always want to keep moving with everyone and everyone continue to move up, but it's not always don't always work out like
Yeah,
that
it's hard
really.
to like not leave some people behind once. I don't know if they've done something bad or
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes you have to be a little bit thinking of like yourself first.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but like it's good to have like people next to you. Um, what's your dream? What what's actually no? What's your dream? What's happiness for you?
Happiness for me is the perfect example of happiness for me was celebrating my mum's 50th birthday. My family is one of the most important things in my life, and I don't get to spend loads of time with them. So being in a setting where they don't need to worry about anything, I don't need to worry about anything, and we can all just kind of celebrate, that is pure bliss. Like, I couldn't think of anything more peaceful than just being surrounded by the people I love and not having to worry about anything, like playing volleyball or going swimming or just like eating good food. Like, that is just pure happiness.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
It's very sweet. And is that your ideal kind of life? So
Yeah.
if you think of like yourself, you're happy right now? You feel
Yeah.
like you're happy?
Yeah.
If you feel like the maximum like level of happiness, that like in future, like you got I don't know, modeling agency. I don't know
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
like like a family. What is it? If you think of like happiness yourself in the future,
I've
what would
got a
it be?
beautiful house that I've designed and it's full of art and none of the walls are white. None of the walls are white. There's stuff on every single one of the walls. My family are always round. My friends are always round. I've got time to cook for everyone. My friends have space to cook for themselves. All of my friends are living a good life. All of my family's living a good life. No one's sad. That is like the pinnacle of like the good of everything. Like, loads of dogs as well. I just want loads of pets everywhere, loads of greenery, loads of flowers, just loads of like nice, happy things, all in one nice space.
I love
Probably not in England.
that.
Probably not in
Lithuanian.
England. I don't see it happening here.
Yeah, yeah. I love that though. It's yeah, good life. You got a good plan.
Hi, chicken.
Hello.
Hi, Pooch. This is
That's it.
happiness right here.
Yeah. Your happiness.
Looking at a beautiful sunset.
Yeah. Come on, just the little things in life.
Yeah.
I appreciate more like so before like in Italy. So Italy is beautiful, like
Yeah,
no
it
doubt.
is.
Even my town is a small town, but um, when I was there, like I didn't really appreciate that, like because I was born there,
Yeah.
so it was normal.
Yeah.
Good sun, like amazing sunset, having a dive in the sea, like food, anything. It was just like normal for me.
Yeah.
But now living in the UK, the good thing of the UK as well, it makes me appreciate way more. So every
Yeah.
time I'm back, I'm like, damn, I appreciate way more the little things in life that before I
Yeah.
didn't appreciate, which is amazing. I think that the key in life is to appreciate just like, the world, appreciate
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
people you love, uh, just what nature has to give you, and just
Yeah.
that, like you can build stuff, you can do stuff, but then at the end of the day, we're just like nature and parts of this.
And that's what scares me about the people who tell me like you ask them what their goals are and it's just to make loads of money.
Mm-hmm.
That really scares me because I'm like, but what does that bring you?
Yeah.
You're not okay, that will bring you loads of money, but it's then what do you do after that? What do you have after that? Do you still have all your friends? Do you still have all your family? Are
Yeah.
they all in good health?
Probably not.
But their response will always be, but I can pay for it
Mhm.
to be okay. But with stuff like family and relationships and friendships and stuff like that, it's something you build before you have money. Do you get what I mean? You can always make money. There's always the choice to make money. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But with something like appreciating a good view or appreciating nice food, that's something you need to constantly choose to appreciate before you have any of the luxuries that come with a good paying job or come with publicity or something like that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't learn how to appreciate all of that before you have some sort of wealth, you won't appreciate it when you have it, because then you've made lots of money and now what? You don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then it's not fun anymore. You've just got
Just go
an
like,
app on your phone that
yeah.
has big numbers on it.
That's why like values are very important. Even like I don't wanna be against like rich kids, but like like those like
Yeah.
kids like they don't have like values. They were born with like wealth and stuff. They don't appreciate like what like the world has to offer you for real, not just like money and business and opportunities.
It's
Which is not
scary.
that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
scary, very scary.
It's really scary.
But yeah, I don't know if something that can be avoided. Now I think like I feel like the world is going a bit into like a shitty direction.
I'm gonna stay hopeful
Mm-hmm.
and say that when I have my silly little kid that I'm gonna call Saule,
I love that.
100%, they're gonna appreciate all of the little things. So I'm gonna make them drive the 30 hours it takes to get to Lithuania, so that they can appreciate the rivers and the lakes and all the greenery, and then take them back to the no, I can't take them back
Yeah.
to the concrete. I can't make them live in the concrete. But I feel like it's an active choice. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if it's what we all want as a society, I think there's a way to do it.
We're getting towards the end of the chat interview. Is there anything you wanna tell me? Obviously, like you knew you were gonna meet me. I
Yeah.
don't know if you thought something you wanted to say, or I don't know anything. I don't know. Do you wanna tell me something? Ask me something?
I'll
Or I
start
don't know.
interviewing you.
Come on.
Where did all right? I really want to know, like, because you're Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Where did all right mate come from?
All right. So it's got
Because
the
it's
name.
like the most English
I
thing
know.
you could
I know.
ever
I know.
think of.
So it kind of like the name came. So the vision is one thing, and the name came like first. It came like during lockdown, the first lockdown. I remember I was bored as fuck. I didn't know what to do, furlough, all the stuff. So I was
Yeah.
like, let me play with like Photoshop and stuff like that. So I made like T-shirts about like Bristol, like Turbo Island, the Bear Pit,
Oh,
all that stuff. That's
sick.
how it started. It went very well. Like everybody was saying like, all right, man, all right, man. And for me, I was like, that moment, it was like pretty shit for everyone, I believe.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not all right, mate. It's like, so it's like
Oh.
ironically like all right, mate, but it's not
Yeah.
all right. So yeah, last year I did market, so I met with a lot of people. So I was like, okay, I wanna do this. So I kind of like done some research and stuff. So if you wanna have like a brand, it's like an extension of yourself,
Yeah.
like music or whatever, like
Yeah.
whatever art is like kind of like who you are. So I was like, who am I? I'm just a person that left this country to like I don't know, find a different life because
Yeah.
I wasn't really good like in Italy because I didn't like the mentality. It's quite like closed. For me, I grew up with like South American people. So for me, like
Sick.
racism is not a thing, but in Italy, it's a thing. So like even like some of my friends are still like that because very like close-minded. I never liked that.
Yeah.
Um,
South American's fun though.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
some of the most fun people I've
Yeah,
ever met in my
best
life.
friend is Colombia. Is a crazy
That's
dude,
sick.
crazy as
That's
dude.
super.
So yeah, so I was like, I want to tell like people's struggles and people's feelings because especially like in Italy, everybody's negative as well. It's
Yeah.
like if you want to do something, they'll be like, you're not gonna make it. They're jealous. They don't like push you to do better.
It's a similar culture in
Yeah,
Lithuania.
yeah.
Yeah.
In here, it's not because everybody's like supporting you,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
love it. So for me, it's never been that way. So for me, when I go like through like a shitty moment of my life, I'm like, okay, now it's shit, but it'll be worth it because it's the only way where you grow, like through like shitty moments. And then I was like, okay, playing with the words, I'm gonna be alright, mate. So like I kind of it's reminding myself that it's gonna be good in shit sometimes.
I
Uh,
like that.
yeah.
That's
So
really
that's the
cool.
whole like concept. So when I wanna build a brand for the people, like just
Yeah,
telling like like
yeah.
stories of like people, and bringing some like something real like in social media, which like Instagram is quite like fake and
That's
stuff.
exactly what I try to do with mine as
So
well.
yeah, I don't like that. So I was like, I don't know, just show how like people
Mhm.
are, like their dreams, their struggles.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, it's gonna be alright, mate.
That's
That's the thing.
sick.
Yeah,
No, that's so sick. That like completely aligns with like how I treat my social media as
yeah,
well. Like completely,
yeah. I know
which
there are
is
a lot of
really refreshing to hear because so many creatives just use their social media to promote and promote and
yeah,
promote.
yeah,
But social media was made to connect.
yeah, exactly.
Like that's why it was
Yeah.
produced, and I think we should all still hold on to that a little bit.
Mhm.
As much as like I don't want everyone to know about my personal life, like I don't think the way that social media is now, with everyone just showing like these BBL bodies and these like stupid amounts of money that they make buying like the most horrendous cars you could ever think of, it's not natural.
It's not natural and it's very dangerous as well, and
Do you get what I
impacts
mean?
the mental health a lot,
Yeah,
because everybody wants to like be better and see people's success. Okay, I wanna be like I wanna be like them, but I will never be like them because you are a different person. So you're
yeah,
never gonna be like someone else. So you need to find like your path, and that's it.
yeah.
So yeah, last question. You probably know. Are you going to be alright?
I'm gonna be sound.
Come on, come on.
Always, I'll always be sound. I've got amazing people around me. It's impossible to not be sound when you've got good people around you. Do you get what I mean? That's
Yeah.
the people I worry about the most is when I see they don't have good people around them. As long as they've got good people, you're good. You'll always be all right, mate. It
Totally agree. Thanks a lot for that. I appreciate it.
was
Thank you.
fun. I
Yeah,
really liked
super
it. It
fun.
was really fun.
Do you want to say something else before I close? Anything you want to say? You thought you want to say?
My brother's producer Instagram is Bauhaus Don't Rap. Go follow him. Um, that's my brother.
Come on, let's do it. Follow, follow, follow. I love
Oh,
it.
sick.
Thanks.